Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to episode number 59 of Constructing Los Dangeles Season 2. Guys, welcome back for back-to-back days of CLD. Today I'm standing on top of this plane wing. I was looking down on the stadium, and I gotta say, I really love the stadium. It's one of my favorite builds I've ever done, and I gotta admit, just flying over it like this really motivates me to build another sports complex. I'm honestly pretty tempted, especially after the tour of the basketball arena on my subscriber server. I'm actually pretty tempted right now to start another project of like a baseball field. I think I might do like a MLB stadium or something like that. The only hesitance for me right now is just, having too many things to work on besides that. So it's actually something I really want, because I really like the stadium. I think it turned out really good. So I feel like building another sports complex could be a really fun project, and hopefully it would turn out like this one. But anyway, guys, welcome back to CLD, episode 59 of Season 2. How's everybody doing today? Again, back-to-back episodes. Yesterday I uploaded 58. It was a post-commentary. Today I'm back again, ready to continue to build some stuff. But first, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do speed 10, and I'm going to run like 500 miles an hour down the road. Look at me go. That's crazy, isn't it? You gotta love the speed features now with some of the plugins I've added. But anyway, enough dilly-dallying. All right, let's change my speeds back to 1. Change my walking speed back to 1. I kept it at 10. There we go. So wait. Yeah, all right, there we go. Now we're good. Now everything's back to normal. But anyway, this is where I want to be on the map. Today I want to work on some skyscraper exteriors. So I've been talking about how I want to work on builds that are incomplete before I start anything new, and that still stands true. But before I start doing interiors on something that's incomplete, I still got to do exteriors. I cannot stand when an exterior is incomplete. I could tolerate when an interior goes undone for a little while, but when there's a building that's like completely unfinished on the outside, like this one here, that is something that I can't stand. So we're gonna finish up this skyscraper exterior today, and I'll probably do a little bit of organizing on the interior as well. And that's, along with, I'll probably go back and forth between doing like an interior bid video and working on an exterior of a build that's incomplete. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. But we're definitely going to need some world edit for this, because I'm going to have to flip this from I guess left to right. So I'm wondering what the best way to do this would be. Let me try something. All right, let me actually get speed back out, because we're definitely going to need that for this, because we're going to be going up and down constantly. So let's see. If I took this right here, the only issue is when you're trying to do precision things. So if I took this right here as my position 2, and then I dropped back down here, whoops, and I chose this as my position 1, and I do copy, and then if I do flip left, I think that might work. And then if I just come over here, hold on, we got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks into this quartz, so we can get rid. Okay, now it's getting really annoying. Got to pick your poison. You can fly fast, but then you can't do anything precise. All right, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so right here is where I want to paste this. So let's see if this works. I'm hoping. Oh, did it work? Looks like it worked, I think. Oh yeah, this worked 100%. The only issue is that glass is like covering it up. So let's okay, that works. At least we know that works, so that's gonna help. Now we just gotta get rid of this glass, because this is clearly intrusive on the build. I thought I was gonna just delete that, but I guess not. So we'll just set all that to 0. We'll get rid of that ugly gray glass. I decided to go with blue glass on this build. Definitely makes it look a lot more colorful. That's what this build was lacking. At the same time, though, the only reason I was hesitant to add blue was because of that building being blue glass, but I guess it's fine. It kind of just creates like that reflection. It's not like, I guess like, real life builds, they look blue, but it's more of like a reflection than anything. It's not as blue as you'd think. All right, so also, let me do this. I'm going to move this 1 block back. That way I can catch those quartz blocks as well. Got to make sure I do those. Grab that as my placeholder block. Come back down here. This is the magic of world edit, guys. I was not able to do this a year ago. And speaking of a year ago, guys, by the way, we're actually only a few days away from the 1-year anniversary of me completing LD on Xbox 360, which that literally blows my mind that it's already been a year since we completed that project. So I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be uploading something on that day for the 1 year of that. So stay tuned. It's pretty cool. I think you guys will like it. But yeah, that's honestly, it's nuts that it's been a year since Los Dangeles was completed on Xbox. Absolutely nuts. I still can't believe that, because that's got to be one of the all-time time flies moments for me. Because let's be real, guys, it feels like it was a long time ago, but at the same time it feels like it was yesterday, you know? That's kind of crazy to me that I've been working on LD for a year now on PC. We're gonna have 60 episodes, I guess, in the 1 year since we've converted. So like, that seems like a lot, but I think I've had faster paces in the past, so maybe we got to pick up the pace on LD a little bit, upload more. But we're doing back-to-back days. That's certainly not going to hurt. Okay, so that's what it looks like from one side to the other, converted. I really like the concept of this build. I think the structure of it's very cool. It took me a while to kind of get that concept the way I wanted it, but I do think it looks sweet. It definitely has a cool structure to it. It looks very cool and modern, sleek. All those keywords, the buzzwords that you're looking for. All right, so let's set my speed back to 1. Don't want to fly too fast for this. What I'm going to do is start to close off the details of the outside of the build here. But yeah, guys, I have a question of the day to answer as well. We're going to get to that in just 1 second. Let me just decide which block this is going to be. 1, 2, 3 blocks away from the corner. So we got 1, 2, 3. So right here is where the glass is going to go. And we're going to set that as, what's glass, 20? There we go. I'm starting to learn. We got the IDs down. Yeah, but anyway, let me go ahead and answer today's question of the day, which is coming from Xavier Feeds. And the question is, have you ever thought about discontinuing LD? This is definitely an interesting question to answer. Now, I was just talking about how we've been doing it for a year on PC since the conversion, but I've definitely had that thought pop up into my mind. As a matter of fact, I think if you guys remember, when we were finishing on 360, I was planning on either continuing it on Xbox One. Then I kind of made a switch on that, decided to not go that route. You know, that was kind of controversial, as you guys remember. I'm sure a lot of people were not super happy about that, because it was a big change, and you know, change just comes at people quick. You know what I mean? So that was definitely pretty bumpy part of the series history for sure. But I don't think I've ever had like serious thoughts about discontinuing the series. You know, sometimes I enjoy it more than other times for sure. Like, there's no doubt about that. When you do something for this long, you know, you're gonna have times where you're really enjoying it and times when you're like, I'm a little tired of this. I need a little bit of a break. So it's one of those things where I've definitely had thoughts, but ultimately this series is so beloved by so many people that I would never discontinue it, just because I know that would really make a lot of people sad, and that is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make people happy. So that is I would never discontinue LD, like, no doubt about it, but I would say that thought has crossed my mind. And you know, I don't know if it was ever that serious in terms of like how close I was to maybe starting over, or like starting a new city. I mean, if I was gonna discontinue LD, I think the key thing to note here is that I was probably gonna replace it with something very similar, like either a new city or like some sort of large mega let's build that lasted like a ton of episodes. So it wasn't like technically gonna be, I mean, like, yeah, like that would have been discontinued, but those types of series would have probably kept going if I was gonna do that. Like, I wouldn't just completely abandon it, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you for the question, Xavier. It's definitely an interesting one, but I have no interest or ideas in any way to discontinue constructing Los Dangeles anytime soon. I fully understand that this is like my #1 series, and it's, you know, this is what I do. I can't just stop it, you know. That would just be the weirdest thing ever. That wouldn't make any sense. That would be like something, you know, that would be like Tom Brady just deciding one day to, like, you know, I'm just going to stop playing football. Actually, that's probably not a very good analogy, since he's like 40 and he's probably going to retire pretty soon. So Maybe that's not a good analogy, but I'm sure I could think of one. I just can't think of it off the top of my head because analogies and me, they don't go hand in hand. But anyway, thank you for the question. I appreciate it. I'm just kind of working on getting some of these slabs built. The base of this build is definitely very, very unique, and it's definitely got that modern feel to it with all these slabs and lots of glass. I should probably do this the easy way, right? You know, like not try to torture myself by doing these line by line. We have the world that it want, use it. It's like when Maz comes up to Finn and she's like, "You have one." It's a weapon. I don't have a weapon. Yes, I do. I got my world edit wand. All right, let's do stack, not slack. Slack. It's like that. What is that? Does that technically, is Slack technically a social media, or it's kind of like a group organizer software or whatever program? Anyway, I'm rambling right now. Let's focus up here. We're trying to create greatness right now. Slack 10, stack 10. God dang it! Now I'm gonna start saying that. Undo. Let's do stack 5. There we go. All right, that's close enough. As a matter of fact, no, it's not. Let's do stack 6. I wasn't facing the right direction. Ugh, everything's falling apart. Undo that. Face this direction and do that. There we go. Very important when you're doing, like, I'm very good at world edit. Faces the wrong direction when trying to use stack. What are you, stupid? That's me right now. That is me right now. So these slabs are making it so these windows basically are like ineffective. You know what I mean? Like when you have slabs wrapping around an entire window like this is, it's basically like there's no windows in terms of the lighting. But at the same time, it still gives off that aura. So maybe it is the solution that we're going for. It's the answer that we all need. There we go. So we'll connect that there. Add these last few blocks to connect it to the corner. Oh, look at this. Alright, we'll do this last bit. We'll get it done. Definitely needs to be done. And then I'm going to take a step back on what I got to work on next. Because I know the elevators still have no plan. Got to catch this build up to the other ones. Alright, so stack. Alright, let's see. That's not what I want. That's too far. You gotta love stack, but sometimes it's just you take it too far. You know, it's hard to judge how many levels you need because it multiplies it. So you always got to keep that in mind. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect right there. So you know, in theory, if you're taking 3 blocks and you're stacking 4, it's gonna change it into 12 blocks. That's kind of how stack works, and it goes in the direction that you're facing. So it's something that you kind of have to learn. It doesn't come at you right away. It took me a while to kind of grasp how this works. Okay, so we have that layer done, and the next layer above is pretty much going to be the exact same thing with the slabs. But what we need to do right now is find a way to make a connection between the large pillar of polished andesite and the rest of the build in terms of the back of the build. So let's do that. While I'm actually going around, let me just put in these upside down trapdoors, which kind of just adds some detail. I got to start utilizing these more. These are really nice. I never really gave trapdoors a chance in terms of like a building feature. Definitely should have earlier because they're nice. I like them a lot. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna open this up right here. Connect that down. We got a little bit of a gap there that we could probably patch up. Yeah, get that covered up there. Let's see if that's anywhere else. If we need to make some changes. Nope, it's good there. Wait, hold on. Oh, wow, look, it is. We definitely need to add that little gap in the glass. It's not what we want. Yeah, it looks like it's everywhere. That's the type of thing that I wouldn't catch, you know? That is the type of thing I would not catch. Alright, there we go. Fix that. We're going to open up the glass right here in front of each one of these pillars. Not really sure why I'm doing this, but I think it'll help. And I'm going to be trying to do pillars behind glass more often, so I think it kind of creates structure, you know? It creates like a base for the tower, you know? Instead of just having it, you know, float. It's got like a solid base to it. No other way to put it. Okay. Let's see here. We got to take these elevators. We got to copy and paste them to the other side. That is something we definitely got to do. So let's do it. I will run this up to right here. So it's about 2100 blocks. I'm going to copy and paste this and flip it. So let's go ahead and do copy. So I believe that flip and rotate do the same thing. Yeah, flip and rotate 180 do the same thing in Minecraft. So I can just do that, I think. So if I go along this line right here and then go 2 blocks away from the edge of the glass and paste, this will create the elevator on the other side. What did I do wrong? Oh, crap. I'm stupid. Okay, never mind. Rotate 180 and flip are not the same thing. It is confirmed. It has been confirmed today for the first time. I guess they're slightly different in terms of how it does it. Maybe I might have just pasted it in the wrong spot. It might have just been my fault, but there we go. Now it's good. So now we got our elevators on both sides. Let's take a look and see, just to make sure that this was a smooth transition on the outside here. Oh yeah, it's perfect. There we go. So that's now connected to the ground. And one thing that I probably need to figure out here is this. What's going on over here? What's the distance between these? This right here is 14 blocks. And this is 14 blocks. Wait. Hold the phone. It appears that we have a little bit of an unsymmetrical situation going on here. How many blocks is this right here? That's 5. The distance between this is probably like 9, right? It's 8. Huh. That's interesting. Very interesting. So the base of the build goes back further on this side. I didn't even notice that. Wow. That's not really a problem, but I could probably just make the elevator shaft bigger then if I needed to. Yeah, wow, this isn't even lined up. That's crazy to me. It's lined up. Huh. I really thought that this was symmetrical. I guess it isn't. Yeah, it's not. Wow. I can't tell if that matters or not. Like, I just don't know if it really matters. It still looks good. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. That's something that I need to take a step back and look at with a little bit more detail. That's a massive error. Slash, it might not even be an error. I might leave it. One thing we need to do, though, we need to go to the other side. We need to work on this over here. This right here, we need to figure this out. In terms of how this is going to connect to the ground. Because right now this is kind of leaking over the side. And the way I neutralized this on the other side is I added a kind of like a little awning entrance to the build. Which I don't want to do that on the back of the build. So how are we going to do this on this side? I'm thinking about maybe just taking this straight down to the ground. Let's see. How many blocks is this right here down to right here? 28 blocks. So if I took this and connected it to the ground right here, that's going to be 12 blocks. Okay. So let's just do that real quick, see how that looks. Wrong block. There we go. I don't know if it's going to look good if I took this straight to the ground. I really don't know. Never thought about it until now. Let's see. This might work. Let's give it a try. So this here is 14 blocks. So that means this 28. Wow. Okay. And then this was what? 12? Yeah. So if I add 7 to this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I add 8 to that, that makes this 20. And then I believe that makes this 20 as well. So we can do 20 and 20. Yep. All right, we'll do that. That's what we'll do. So let us connect this on the interior. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this block. We'll just fill the whole thing in. We'll make it not hollow, I guess. And I can just set that. Boom. There we go. So let's take a step back and look at this. See how that's coming together. Wait. Hold on. That's only 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I didn't add the rest. I guess it's because I set it from one side to the other. Alright, there we go. So if this goes, let's do speed 5. Take a step back and look at this. So that goes straight to the ground on the back. I actually think that looks pretty good. If when it goes straight down to the ground on the back. And on the front it has the awning. Yeah, I can work with that for sure. I think that looks pretty solid. That sounds good to me. And then what I can do is that creates like an extra wall here on the back of the build. So I can extend this out a couple of blocks, set that to more diorite, and I can put like a logo up against that wall and a reception desk up against that wall. And then in the middle of this, I'm probably gonna do another trying to decide how I want to do. Usually like with big skyscrapers, I've noticed, like especially corporate skyscrapers, elevators are actually like in the middle of the build instead of on the sides. I don't know, I mean it's not like that's like a standard, but it definitely makes more sense. That way you can have more office space up against the windows, which obviously is going to increase morale. That's kind of like the point of that, you know what I mean? When they come up with the designs of those things, they want everybody's offices to be, you know, have a view. Because if your office has a view and not just like no windows in the middle of the building, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna feel better because you're gonna be happier because you're up against a window. You got a nice view. It makes sense to me, at least. I understand the philosophy behind that. Whether that philosophy is actually true or not, it might, you know, I have no idea. I just thought of this. It might not be a thing. That might have no factor into the floor plan of corporate skyscrapers, but it should, because that sounds good to me. In fact, I'm gonna pitch that to the next corporate skyscraper architect that I meet, which will probably never happen. So, anyway, let's go ahead and fill in extra ones of these pillars here. Start to kind of complete this. Honestly, I was a little worried about the base of this build when I started it, just because I didn't think it was like, it was so much glass, and I was worried that it just doesn't really match. But now that I'm adding all these pillars in the bottom, I definitely like it a lot more. It's coming together. This build is nice. I like this skyscraper a lot. I'm actually pretty interested to see what I could do with the interior of this build. I haven't done a skyscraper interior in like a year, so I wouldn't mind doing one soon. I'll probably end up doing one, because we are in, that's the goal for the series right now, is to do interiors, finish all the stuff that I started. I'm like Kylo Ren right now with Darth Vader. I'm gonna finish what he started. I've just realized that I have made 2 Star Wars The Force Awakens references in this video. That is completely unintentional, but it happened. Alright, let's see. I probably should have done the lower level first here. I'm not really sure why I'm doing these tedious things. I could very easily world edit. Again, guys, I apologize. It's the console player in me. I'm just so used to placing things by hand that sometimes I completely space out and forget that I have world edit. Use the world edit. It is there for you. Alright, we'll do stack 6. Get that running across there. Beautiful. We're about ready to wrap up for today. We made some real nice progress in this build, trying to get the design of this thing, the philosophy of this skyscraper in place. Skyscraper is not something that you can build in 20 minutes. However, I should do, once I get all this stuff done, I should do a skyscraper challenge where I try to build a skyscraper in 20 minutes. I think that would be pretty fun. Like with world edit and everything. It doesn't even have to be a fancy skyscraper. It can just be a real simple one. But I can just try to create it in 20 minutes. Like, if I looked over at the Dangeles corporate tower and I had like a clear plan of like how it was going to come together, I guarantee I could build that in 20 minutes. Like, I'll show you guys right now. Like this build right here, no doubt in my mind I could build this in 20 minutes if I knew exactly what I was doing. Like, it took me way longer than 20 minutes to build this shell of this build, just because I wasn't sure like what I wanted. But I'm telling you, if I had like a picture of that and like someone's like, build that in 20 minutes with world edit, oh, I could easily do it. It's so easy. I mean, it's literally just 4 walls of glass and some floors. So you could literally do 1 level and then just stack the whole thing up from there. It would be super easy. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I'm just going to put on speed 10 and fly around the city while I do my outro, since that is super fun to do. Why did that not work? Because I put 2 backslashes or forward slashes or whatever the hell they're called. Thank you guys for watching. It's been Dangeles. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, drop a like for back-to-back days of LD. Next video is going to be a few days out, since I have some other videos planned here. So we're continuing on the LD grind. This build looks great right now in the current update of the City Advanced. I always really loved the way the theater turned out. It was a rocky start to that build, but it came through in the end, and it turned out really nice. But anyway, I'm just completely on a tangent now. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in a few days for the next episode. Drop some question of the day submissions in the comments below. Drop a like, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.